Buck Hill Farm is a unique and beautifully maintained residence set in a private and idyllic setting. It's opposite Jubilee Woods and outwards and set in the heart of Charnwood Forest. Formerly part of the original Paget shooting estate, this was once a large 1850s working farm converted in 1984, and the buildings have literally been transformed into a well cared for and substantial 5-bedroom detached home of brick and stone construction under a traditional split and slate roof and finished to a particularly high standard. I can't wait to get inside and have a look and see if it's just as impressive on the inside as it is on the outside. Come with me. You certainly get the wow factor in this property. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the exposed beams and the galleried landing, which takes you to the 5 bedrooms and the main bathrooms. It's bright, it's spacious, and there's plenty of storage space as well for all your shoes over here if you're a large family. Lots of special details as well in this property throughout. And on the floor here, there's beautiful Chinese slate tiling and also a lovely detail of ceramic tiles, which are very bright and warm. Now there's 5 downstairs, generous reception rooms, and we're going to go and have a look at them, all full of character. Let's start off with the first room. Out of the hallway and into the snug, and it's a really good size, 5.1 metres by 4.5, so a little less snug I think, so it's really generous in size. It really is full of character. And there's also lots of mod cons in this house as well. It's not all worldy charm. There's TV, telephone and internet points as well. And let me bring your attention again to those exposed beams which run throughout the house. A really wonderful point of this room, there are 3 windows with dual aspect views, and what views they are indeed. They're stunning views out to the countryside on both sides. And what I love about this property is all the special detailing. Over here, for example, the deep windowsills, there's a bespoke slate tiling. Really sets off some beautiful character in this house. Now let's move on into the study. Follow me. And here we are in the study, which is perfect for anyone who needs to work from home or indeed run a business, or if you just want some peace and quiet with the computer. That's 4.2 metres by 2.3, so a really good size to fit in a couple of desks, your computers and your printers as well. And there's plenty of room for storage on both sides of the room. Now, if you need a distraction from your work, there's another large window with lovely views again into the garden and to the countryside beyond. And into the hallway. There's this really pretty cupboard behind me, this wonderful wood, and sitting behind that is the boiler, and this house is centrally heated throughout. There's lots of ample storage space in there as well. And now down into the cloakroom down here, which is really handy to have in any house. There's a 2-piece bathroom with a toilet and a Shanks basin as well. Plenty of hanging space for your coats. You haven't got that in the hallway to clutter it up. And also there's another really pretty cupboard here with lots of storage space as well, with a wooden beam above. Let's move on to the next room. And here we are into the lounge. It's 5.1 metres by 5 metres, and this is the oldest part of the house, including the breakfast room and the kitchen as well. And you can really tell it dates back to the 1850s. And there's some really lovely features in this room. Over here there's arched brickwork, there's exposed beams overhead, and there's brickwork and crevices in each corner painted in a dramatic red. There's 4 windows in this room making it bright, but the real wow factor in this room is the Inglenook fireplace with a log burning stove, making this room really cosy and warm. I can really imagine myself sitting on the sofa curling up in front of a fire. And look at this lovely chunky old wooden beam as well. In this room there's more beautiful flooring as well, but that's in the shape of cherry wood flooring. Now the great thing about this being the oldest part of the house, it's not restricted in any way because it's not listed. So if you wanted to make any changes, you can. Let's go and look at some more of this beautiful house. Follow me. And into the kitchen breakfast room. And what a room this is. It really is the hub of the home with these tall vaulted ceilings. It's a fantastic size. It's 5 metres by 3.9, so plenty of room to fit a large table and comfortably sit 6 to 8 people. There's a real clever use of space here, and the Clive Christian furniture continues in from the kitchen. There's a wonderfully large log burning stove as well, which flows into the kitchen, and more beams to look at. There's windows on either side and a door out into the courtyard as well, and more storage space if you need it in the loft above. And here we are into the fabulous kitchen, 5.7 metres by 3.9. And what a kitchen it is. This is what I call a cook's kitchen. Everything you could possibly need is here. Now look at these solid oak cabinets. They're designed by Clive Christian, and there's plenty of storage space here. And these wonderful marble worktops in a lovely grey colour are perfect for any pastry making. Here is a beautiful island with lots of storage space as well. I can really imagine friends and family gathering here, having a glass of wine with a Sunday roast. Now high on many people's wish list is an Aga, and there's one here in a lovely racing green colour. And this is part of the appliances that you get if you want to buy this house, also including an inbuilt microwave and a cooker over here, and there's a fridge cleverly hidden in the oak worktops. Next door, we've got a really useful downstairs shower room with a 3-piece suite, which is made by Heritage. And here we are into the dining room, and it's a really elegant space for your more formal entertaining. First on your left is this large stable door, which takes you out onto the garden and a large patio space. You can see this wonderful exposed brickwork and stonework, and it really reminds you of how old this house is. It's another great size. It's 6.2 by 5.4 metres, so it can fit plenty of people around the table. But I want to show you what is the real focal point of this room. Now this is a real statement piece of the whole home, this really impressive chimney breast and also a log burning stove. And this is a very light and bright room with windows on either side and 2 double patio doors onto the garden as well. Now don't forget, all the fixtures and fittings are included in this house, and that includes the dramatic gorgeous chandeliers sitting above me. Coming up the stairs, we come into this magnificent landing, which feels really light and airy with the white walls and the painted beams. And it's all been tastefully done and neutrally decorated, so you can definitely stamp your own mark on it if you want to. Now you access all 5 bedrooms on this level. Let's go and have a look. Walking into the master bedroom, it's a really spacious size. It's 4.4 by 4.4 and again feels really light, bright and airy. There's sloping ceilings, so full of character again. And what I like, the personal touch, what the owners have done, look at these 2 columns. They've decided to add 2 clever mirrors to it. And right over there, there's a dressing room, which is part of this master suite. So you can walk out of the dressing room fully dressed for a night out and check everything looks okay in the mirror. Now onto the ensuite. Here we are into the master ensuite, and it's got a real Mediterranean feel. Look at these beautiful tiles in blues and lavender, and there's a feature tiling on the floor with these mosaics as well, all beautifully done and to a high standard throughout. There's a 4-piece white heritage suite. Now you've got a choice of what you'd like to do. You can step into the steam shower to waken you up in the morning, or maybe at the end of a hard day, you can sink yourself in this luxurious sunken bath. And here we come into the second largest bedroom of this house, which is 4.2 by 4 metres, and it would make a really ideal guest room because there is an ensuite as well. And the character continues. We're really spoilt with character in this house. There's a lovely sloping ceiling, more exposed beams over the door, and exposed brickwork. Now here they've got a large wardrobe, but if you so choose, you could get some fitted wardrobes in the nooks and crannies of this house. We've got 2 windows out to the views at the front, and another characteristic of this house are the deep window sills, which you could sit on if you so choose to look at that glorious view. Here we come into the really swish bathroom. It's really luxurious and it reminds me of a boutique type hotel. Now here we have the walk-in shower with a wet room feel, and we've got his and her basins with mirrors above which light up. There's plenty of storage. There's some fitted storage in here, for all your makeup, toothbrushes and all the cosmetics. We've got a corner bath over here which is really spacious, and I can really imagine sitting in there with some bubbles and opening that window and looking out. Now it's all set off by this beautiful natural stone tiling and the walls as well. And here we are in bedroom 3, which is double in size, oozing full of character as well. These lovely original beams creeping up the wall and a vaulted ceiling, making it feel very light and bright. There really is nothing plain about this house. It's oozing character in every nook and cranny. There's 2 windows looking out onto the garden, and there are also 2 other bedrooms as well, which are generously proportioned. An amazing addition to this house is this self-contained leisure annex, converted in the mid-90s from stables. Now recently the property has had sustainable and renewable technology installed. There is also a solar PV system generating electricity for the whole property. Both the technologies are MCS approved and therefore part of the government-backed feed-in tariff and renewable heat incentive schemes. Both provide the homeowner with a valuable annual tax-free income over the calendar year, providing an air source heat pump for hot water and heating for the games room and the leisure annex. Let's go and take a look. And here we come into the games room. It's a really vast size, 16.7 by 4.3, but really you can make it into any room that you want. It's so versatile. A music room, a party room, the quiet getaway from the kids' room. Over here is a brick-built bar. It's got an inbuilt fridge, it's got a sink, and you can fill it with all the drinks that you like. And you get a real sense of how big this room when it takes you so long to walk down this room. There's cherry wood flooring throughout. So again, no expense spared. The current owners have decided to set up a little gym here, which does make good sense because at the end there is a leisure space with a wet room. Coming outside into the back garden, it really is a pretty garden, and there's lots of it. There's 1.25 acres to play with. There's a brick wall on the boundary, and there's also its own field. Now you could keep horses if you so choose, and you can get planning permission to build some stables. Out in the front garden, there's a long sweeping drive up to the house. Plenty of room to park your cars for your visitors, parking for up to 10 cars. There's a triple garage, 3 sheds, and a brick wood store, and there's a lovely large lawn and an established garden. Berkhill Farm is also well placed, being approximately 1.7 miles from Loughborough Town Centre and the Endow schools, 2.5 miles from the mainline railway station at Loughborough, as well as being 2 miles from junction 23 of the M1 motorway, so perfect for commuters. Now, if you want to lower your handicap, you can get plenty of practice. There are 4 good local golf clubs of Longcliffe, CHARNWOOD, Rothley and Lingdale, are all located between 1/3 of a mile and 5 miles from the farm. This is a truly stunning home in a fabulous rural setting. This property is exceptional throughout. It's got 5 reception rooms, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a triple garage and a leisure annex. Now this is ready for you to move into straight away.